Welcome to 13 Haunting Questions with Paul. Here I'm gonna, I took 13 questions that got messaged to me or commented when I asked about the 13 questions. Nobody's name will be taken care of and stuff like that, just for every purpose necessary. So let's start off with the first question. So, have I ever been to a haunted location where it's actually haunted or it was questionable? Yes. When I was younger, I had a friend who lived on the Thomas Dairy Farm, and that was at first very questionable until the events started to happen. Like, example would be like, I remember one night we were watching a movie, and next thing you know, the closed and locked door of my friend's room actually swung open. Nobody was even upstairs. I mean, if somebody even tried to run downstairs, we would have heard them. So, I mean, there was other times where, like, me and another friend stayed over at our friend's house, and I mean, we were upstairs in his room again, but the next morning we all were, it almost seemed like we got picked up and moved to a different spot as like a joke. I don't know if it was, nor did I ever think about it like that, but it was very interesting because we did all ask each other, like, did any of us even get up during the night? And we all answered no. I mean, I don't know, I mean, I think the most really interesting part about that too was the one day when we all woke up with melted crayon, and it said it actually drew out a heart, and it pretty much said I love my friend's name. And so we're just all like kind of looking at our friend like apparently this person had a crush on you. So, I mean, I don't know what's going on, but from what I've understood from people on the site, it sounds like the people who live there now at the Thomas Dairy house, they haven't experienced anything, so I don't know if this was just mainly attached to him, but I mean, that place was definitely haunted when it came to going over there at the time when I went there. So, that's all really it I can say about that. I mean, there's also been places where it definitely is questionable because I didn't catch anything, or if I had my EMF, it had a random spike that I couldn't debunk. I mean, so there's definitely questionable areas, and then there really is haunted locations as long as you know where to look. Other than that, you're golden. So, have I ever, in my own opinion, what is the most haunted location that I've ever been to and had experience with? That would have to be Hubbardton Battlefield. Just because it almost seemed like a few years ago when I turned like 21, 22, it seemed like I was actually listening to the entire Hubbardton battle happen, like just happening. Like it was the real thing happening all over again. I mean, it was ridiculous. I mean, by 11:30, quarter of midnight when we went a few years ago, I mean, we heard the gunfire. We heard like what seemed to be horses like running down the hill, up the hill, everywhere. I mean, there was cannon sounds. I mean, it was incredible. What even is more creepy would be like when me and my friend first got there, we walked like a good maybe 20, 30 steps. So we're in the tall grass and whatnot. And while we're there, we didn't even move for 10 minutes. But what was really interesting, it almost felt like people were literally walking to us. Cause next thing you know, from not moving at all for 10 minutes, we looked down at the ground and the grass around us was literally flattened as if like they were trying to like protect us or something. I mean, I really don't know, but I mean, the grass was literally flattened as if like a soldier got shot and fell down to the ground. I mean, that's how creepy it was. Then we experienced like a white mist from the top of the hill coming down toward what is now the building there to do like the tours and like the historical building, I guess would be a good way of putting it. And I mean, I've even asked the guy when I went there if they ever had like a really, really like bright red light, but he was trying to say it was their soda machine. But I mean, I've been there again investigating with another team, and I mean, we didn't have luck that time, but I mean, we ended up going with the caretaker, which was awesome. I mean, we got invited back when we want to investigate again. It was awesome. I mean, great guy to investigate with and stuff. I mean, we ended up finding deer there too, which was interesting. Yeah, I mean, Hubbardton Battlefield would have to be the #1 hotspot, and if you get it on a good night. Like, if you wanted to go there and try to have your own luck of hearing the battle yourself, I would definitely recommend waiting until after they do the reenactment that we do every year. After that, that's usually when a good sign of going to investigate, just because once we reenact it, it almost seems like it's time for the real thing to happen again. I don't know why, but it even happens everywhere, even in Gettysburg. I mean, I've heard people say, like, after they do the Gettysburg reenactment of the Civil War, it's like the real thing is happening again. So, you may have that luck. So, I hope you really do next time, and just remember to just respect the place, because once again, the caretaker is nice enough to let us come back. We do not want to lose that opportunity, because he's a great guy. The area is amazing, and I mean, we've caught in some really cool evidence and stuff there. So, I mean, everybody has their up and downs about places, but that would definitely be mine. People wanted, how can I say this? People have been asking me if there's a way they can visit locations that I've even been to. Like, example, Pittsford Haunted House. No, Pittsford Haunted House is not open to the public. I don't know how many times I gotta tell you people. Some of you anyway. But, I mean, just, if you really want to get permission to go in to get your own private tour, just let me know, or contact contact like the fire chief, contact a couple of the volunteers that you may know. I mean, I was lucky enough to get Cody nice enough to message me and ask if I wanted my own private tour of the place, and that was actually pretty cool. I mean, when I first went there, it just felt like I was being watched the entire house. I mean, it felt like the house didn't even know who I was. It wasn't even used to me. I mean, it just felt like people and children were just like around me in the upper floors. But I mean, it's all part of the experience. And I mean, I really can't say for sure that it's really haunted. But I mean, there's a lot of people that have had stories there, which is really incredible to hear. When we did and when they were doing the annual Pittsford Haunted House, we were actually there this year, and we actually got a lot of interviews, and from hearing some of the stories, especially one lady who was off camera, she actually said a really good one. But I mean, everybody's got their stories. It's not always the same, which is always good. So, I mean, I like hearing the mixture between people don't believe in the paranormal and then people do. I mean, it's really awesome, because you don't want too many people saying, yeah, this place is fucking haunted, when it's gonna be repeated every time. So it was actually nice to hear people don't think that place is actually haunted. how do I know the places on my site is actually haunted? I really don't. I actually took what I have on my site from different sites to make it into one big site. From either my personal experience, from what you guys have sent in to me, or from what this guy had. But I had to fix it around a little bit more. I mean, I really personally don't know if every single place I list is actually haunted or not, or if it still is or once was. I mean, I do know there was one location where the haunting did stop after so many years. It was like 1999 to like 2002 or something when the haunting finally stopped. There is definitely some information, like I'm gonna say Rutland High School. I really don't. I really don't believe that damn place is haunted at all. From the janitor or the worker who supposedly died from a heart attack from smoking a cigar, or I don't even know. I mean, there's so many different stories. There's like a story where apparently the guy fell into the cement and actually got buried alive. I mean, there's a story where the janitor, died from smoking a cigar and died of a heart attack there on the job. I mean, it's really hard to say because everybody knows Rutland High. You're gonna find those kids that sneak into the bathroom and smoke a cigarette. I mean, hello, it's obvious. Oh, you're gonna walk in and be like, oh yeah, this place is definitely haunted because I smell cigarette smoke, and then the kid lights one up themselves. I mean, hello. I mean, I don't know. It's almost like Emily's Bridge. A lot of people were saying Emily's Bridge is a made-up story and all this just because of the kid's report back in the day. Well then, let me ask you this. If Emily's Bridge is a made-up story, then why in the world is there reports of a female and a male on the bridge? Like, why? So why do they still linger there? And all that. I mean, yes, I've had my own personal scratches from Emily's Bridge. That was my fault, but I was mainly testing out the theories of the real people's experiences of saying they've been scratched on the back. So what did I do? I took my time and said, hey, come and scratch me kind of thing, even though I'd said a little bit more, but it was just all part of the I wanted to see if there was seriously something there. And of course I did. I ended up getting not just one pair of scratches, I had two. I had 2 pairs of 4 scratch marks, which is a good thing, not 3, because otherwise 3 is a demonic sign. So thankfully it was only 4. But anyway, it almost, it's like, if you were seeing my back right now, imagine the hands just like this and scratch down. Like just like this, scratch down. That was pretty much my scratches. The only other weird thing happening there was we did have a little bit, which even tried the putting your car on the bridge and stopping it and turning off the car. Because supposedly you're supposed to hear like the banging noises or get scratches on your car. We didn't hear the banging, but we did have slightly small scratches on the vehicle after we tested that out. Other than that, the only other thing that really kind of happened there was like when we first got there, we started taking pictures. We ended up capturing some really cool pictures of like not just the moon, but we ended up like I even caught like a couple figures and a couple photos, like the male and what appeared to be a female, kind of like pointing, like trying to tell us like to go, like go or something. I mean, I don't really know. It doesn't feel like it was more of a threat from the female, but it definitely seems like the male is the problem. So who knows? What is one area I wish to go and investigate? Well, definitely wouldn't be Vermont, but I would definitely like to go to Fort Anne and Ticonderoga. I definitely would love to go to Salem, Massachusetts and try to get in contact with Mrs. Bishop, to the very first witch, I should say, who got hung from the Salem witch trial back in the day. I would definitely love to see if she still is around and why and stuff. And I mean, Probably because she was the first witch to get hanged, so she was upset. Because maybe she wasn't doing witchcraft. I mean, the world today had changed so much. And look at this trial, look at the trial they did a long time ago for witches. Like, they would tie you to a boulder rock with a rope, and then they would throw you into the water. And if you floated up out of the water, you were a witch. Well, you would drown if you're not a witch. Weird. Then there was other one where they would push you off a cliff. And if you once again fly up, you're a witch. And if you don't fly up, oh shit, you're dead. I mean, stupid trials like that. I mean, it kind of sickens me. I don't know. Like nowadays it's even kind of worse. I mean, who the hell cares? Like if somebody's Wiccan or whatever. I mean, it's their belief. I mean, if they are Wiccan, then just leave them alone. Nobody throwing your religion down your throat like Christianity is, or the Catholic Church or whatever. I mean, those guys that come to your doorstep, those guys just shove it down your throat. Even though they're not saying much, but they're giving you a flyer and they're like, well, we really would hope that you consider looking into our church. Because he's there for us. I mean, I'm not trying to say it's a bad thing, because I don't want to be that hypocritical guy, but I mean, I don't care what religion you are. Just don't shove it down my throat, and I won't shove my religion down your throat. So, yeah, what's my favorite horror movie of all time? Well, I have 3 of them, but they're in different type of horror movies. English, for American horror movies, it would be Friday the 13th, because I love Jason, and Crystal Lake will always be the master. Anyway, when it comes to like foreign horror films with the subtitles, it would definitely have to be Martyrs. Martyrs is a fucked up movie. When I mean fucked up, I mean like it's gonna leave you goddamn speechless. And what's even more fucked up about it is that I would definitely, if you're gonna watch it, you better goddamn make sure you got permission from your girlfriend. Guys, cause I'm not even joking. I mean, there's literally, I don't want to spoil too much, but there's literally a 10-minute scene of people beating the shit out of this female. 10 minutes of this brutality, okay? But there is a purpose to that, of why they're beating her for 10 minutes. I guarantee you that. But I mean, when the ending hits you, if you're talking, then whatever. You just don't understand the goddamn movie. But if you leave you breathless, I mean speechless, breathless, whatever, I mean, you understand it. I mean, it's bad enough with Fangoria magazine. Fangoria magazine, if you don't know, is a horror magazine which keeps you up to date with the upcoming horror movies. Whether they tell it to you, like, stay away from or whatever. But when they were doing the article about Martyrs, they were saying how while making the film, one of the special effects people, I want to say, if I remember correctly, he committed suicide just because the special effects of the blood, I mean, I don't want to spoil too much, but I mean, he killed himself because it looks so real. And I mean, the stuff they did, I mean, oh my god, like that movie will leave you speechless. Trust me, just watch it. Anyway, and then you got the final one for me, which is the comedy horror, which will have to be Dead Snow, Nazi zombie killing. You got the freaking guys that don't know shit. They're college students that starting college or their college semester ended, whatever. I mean, it's all good. It's snowing too. You got the cabin. You got the freaking zombie killing. I mean, you got some funny parts in that shit. I mean, it's great. It's a great film to enjoy if you need a good old comedy horror laugh. Trust me. How did me and Outskirts Vermont become partners? Well, me and Chad, we were friends with Joseph Citro, and Joseph had one type of status where me and him commented on, and then after that, we kind of had the same outlook kind of certain things, and so we ended up messaging each other, and the next thing you know, I was helping him with like the Pittsford Haunted House. I told him about the abandoned church on Amia and Whipple Hollow Road. I mean, I gave him quite a few locations for his blog spot for him to research. So, I mean, it was pretty nice. He even had information for me for certain locations that I listed on the website that I had to change because he knew about them a little bit more than I did. So it was awesome. We are helping each other in a little ways. Me and Oscar Vermont have only done one event together, and that was the New Boston Hike, which we did July of 2013. We did want to do another one this past fall, but a lot of people's schedules were really tight. I mean, it was really hard to plan. I mean, I would even have an issue with like trying to find a job, getting back on my feet, that type of thing. I mean, it was crazy busy. But me and Oscar Vermont are still together. We help each other as much as we can. I mean, this past Halloween, his Pittsford Haunted House blog that he did, some of it was actually featured in the Rutland Reader. So Rutland Reader, if you are watching this, thank you very much. I appreciate it for showing that and stuff, because I even got asked a lot of, like, I even got told, like, wow, I saw your photos in Rutland Reader, good job. Like, how did you manage to do that kind of thing, and blah, blah, blah. I mean, it was actually kind of cool. I just wish Haunted Vermont would mention in there just a little bit, but it's okay. We forgive you. Working with Deadfy was actually pretty fucking amazing. I mean, meeting new people, I'm not the people type person. When I meet a new person, I don't really say much. I like to get to know the person by them talking, so I can feel their personality and the way they talk, if I feel threatened. I mean, it takes me a while just to even get used to you guys. So, remember that. If we ever meet, if I'm a little bit shy, that's why. Because I'm trying to get a feel for you. Don't take it personal. But, or you can, because I'm not afraid to tell you to go fuck yourself either. But, anyway. But, Dead Static, I mean, we had 4 brutal days. I mean, we plowed through the damn film while having fun. I mean, we even suggested shit. I mean, we were adding shit as soon as we were starting to film. I mean, it was fucking ridiculous. So, I mean, everybody's got their own fucking thing and all that crap. But if I had to say a little bit more, actually, I would have to say Deadfy is an amazing people to work with. They will treat you good, and as long as you fucking treat them good. What can I tell you guys about Dead Static Tale? Well, not so much, unfortunately. I'm sorry to say that. But from what I can tell you is think of it like this. For like the title, Emily's Bridge, Green Mountain Cemetery, and finally the last one and not least that I'm featured in is the Pittsford Haunted House. Think of it like this. Take real life stories that people have mentioned and combined it into the film, but with a little bit more of a twist, of a horror twist, to make it more horror-ish or whatever you want to call it. I mean, I really hope you guys will appreciate everybody, not just mine and everybody that was doing the Last Tale. I mean everybody that was doing Emily's Bridge, Green Mountain. I really hope you appreciate the hard effort that went into this film, because it definitely was hell from what I've understood and from what I've experienced. But definitely Green Mountain was probably the worst for trying to film it, from what I've understood. So I really hope on October 27th, 2014 at 7 o'clock p.m. on YouTube, we really hope, after you watch the 24-minute trilogy, we really hope that you enjoy what we did. What's one thing I want to accomplish for the future of Haunted Vermont? Probably I want to get more of you guys to help me. I mean, I know you guys suggested, like, you know where Honto's Cave is, you know where this place, and I never hear back from you guys. I would really love it if we could plan an adventure together so I can see it, so I can grab that real life photo and take it, and so I can even experience it, and I can even bring some equipment to see if I can maybe possibly figure out if there is something going on there. I mean, every place to me when I first go there is questionable. I don't ever think it's always haunted, unless I actually know for a fact it is haunted. So, without further ado, I really hope I can find somebody to create a much more better website for us. I really want to try to do more merchandise for us. I mean, I want to interact more with you guys. I'm trying to figure out more ways to create certain events, which is one thing I'm going to be listening to you guys pretty soon. I want your opinion on what you guys would consider having for Haunted Vermont for an event. Because I definitely want to do more with you guys. It was awesome doing the new Boston hike with you, 7 or 8 people, whoever showed up. So I really appreciate it. I mean, I really hope you had fun too, even though, once again, not that many people showed up that said they were going to show up to show us some of the old foundations. I really do hope when we do plan it again, we will have more of those people so we can see a lot more. I mean, that place is amazing. I mean, I'm still confused about why there's 3 graves there up on the New Boston Trail. I mean, till then, this is Paul from Haunted Vermont, and I really hope you enjoyed the 13 haunting questions.